Hello, my name is Romy Cockx. I'm a curator for MoMu, Fashion Museum Antwerp. We are here sitting in our library. I want to talk a bit more about an exhibition that we organized in 2021. It was about lace and it was called P.LACE.S, Looking Through Antwerp Lace. The exhibition took place at 5 historical locations in the city of Antwerp. We highlighted the importance that lace played for Antwerp from the 16th century until the 18th century and brought together many fragments of lace, also lace clothes and archival documents, paintings and contemporary fashion, because we wanted to highlight the innovative qualities of the lace that was produced and put it in a dialogue with contemporary fashion that references lace in form or concept. Here we see a detail from a portrait of Archduchess Isabella of Austria, who ruled the southern Netherlands between 1599 and 1621. The famous Antwerp painter Peter Paul Rubens depicted her lace color in a highly stylized way. The geometrically patterned cutwork of the 16th century collar looks just as crisp as a shirt with laser-cut sleeves from Heider Ackermann's 2018 Autumn-Winter collection, photographed by Matteo Carcelli. The Rubens painting is on permanent display at the Snijders Rockx house, one of the exhibition locations. It was the former townhouse of the Burgomeester of Antwerp, Nicolaas Rockx. Inspired by the handkerchief that the Duchess is holding on the painting, we asked ComfyMachine to produce a 3D-printed interpretation of the 17th century original. ComfyMachine was founded in 2016 in Vizcaya, Spain, and is revolutionizing the fashion industry by using 3D printing while retaining an artisanal approach. So I asked them if they were interested to work together with us on a collaboration for the exhibition, and that if they were willing to make an interpretation of the 17th century handkerchief. This example is part of the collection of the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, and it couldn't leave the country because it's so important. So this was for us a way to recreate the past. They were very enthusiastic about it, and based on the pictures that we sent them, they started researching the piece. They first tried to get the spirit of it, and then make some examples in a 3D model of how the lace could look. Then the next part is the slicing. In this phase, they provide the 3D part with the qualities and the mechanical properties that they want them to have. This means a piece can be massive in size but light, or it can be seemingly fragile and light but indestructible. Thanks to the 3D printing, they can decide how it will look on the outside, but also how it will be on the inside. So it allows us to combine materials and their properties. Then the last part is the printing, which is the most complex part. Like the CEO of ComfyMachine, he explained to me that very few of the companies who are producing 3D printing, very few of them know how to master flexibility, which was, of course, for the handkerchief a very important part. So at the time of the exhibition, they had to print it in 2 phases. So they first printed the middle part, and then they showed us a movie of how flexible it was, which surprised me, because if you see the picture flat, it looks a bit stiff. But then when you saw the movie while he was holding it in his hands, it's really flexible. And then they did the lace border, they printed it apart from it. And then they asked us if we can put them together. So the the lace border was added by our textile conservator. But he explained to me now that since then the machines have evolved and now they are capable of doing it in one movement, making it in one piece. I think this collaboration shows us how 3D printing can help us conserve the past, but also add things to it. It is also a very interesting way to produce, because you can produce in a more limited way, so it's more sustainable. There can be pieces that are not like, we are not able maybe to make them again, but through 3D printing we can do this. For example, ComfyMachine, they don't only work with textiles, but they also like reprint machines that are no longer available. So I think it's a very interesting way to look at the past and to take it into the future. Eventually we presented a 3D printed handkerchief held by a hand, together with the original painting, and then two other examples of 17th century handkerchiefs presented flat on a table. So there was this, like, also for the presenting, for exhibition making, it was nice to be able to show it in a more 3D presentation and like linking everything together. I was very grateful for the collaboration with ComfyMachine, because it brought the past into the future, and it was also nice to work with them, like talking about it. Of course, it was during COVID, so it was all online, but like seeing it progress, and also the way they were very flexible about it, and it was an experiment, and I was very happy and also curious like how it would be, and I was mostly surprised by the flexible qualities of the piece, because yeah, it's plastic, so you wouldn't. It's by doing it that I realized what it could be, and it makes you yeah, more optimistic about the future possibilities.